Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn one topic from writing scale. Expansion of idea. What is it mean by expansion of idea? Expansion of idea means is to elaborate an idea in a paragraph form. Expansion of idea is a short composition. One is expected to take the idea embodied in a proverb, a maxim, a quotation, slogan, etc. and elaborate on it in the form of paragraph. Expansion of idea means in our mother tongue कल्पना विस्तार. एखादी कल्पना परिच्छेद स्वरूपात विस्तृत करणं म्हणजे कल्पना विस्तार. Expansion of idea refers to the elaboration of a theme, proverb, maxim, quotation, a saying, a slogan or an idiom in a paragraph form. Paragraph. A para is necessarily a series of connected sentences which develop one topic sentence. Topic sentence here is now important. Means our proverb, our idea, slogan, this is now topic sentence. A sentence that expresses the main idea or central theme of the piece of writing means topic sentence. This question will be asked in the activity sheet for 4 marks. And question is like this. Expand the following idea with the help of the following points given below and in bracket write in about 100 to 150 words. Now students, let's listen carefully. Marking scheme of this question. Marking scheme. First, proper expansion of idea 2 marks. Proper expansion of idea 2 marks. Then introduction 1 mark. Proper introduction 1 mark and last conclusion 1 mark. Total 4 marks. In the activity sheet, this question will be asked for 4 marks. Expansion of idea ideally is written in 3 parts. First paragraph means your beginning now is impressive. Then in the second para means middle or core content. Means in the second para you must focus on words, interpretation and evaluation of idea, and in third para conclusion, convincing conclusion with a proverb or quotation. Expansion of idea. Now students, listen carefully. Students, listen carefully. The template for expansion of idea. This first here is maybe which is topic sentence there is. Then you write 3 paras. First, you write title, which is given topic sentence is our title, and title you write in a bold letters. Then first para. First paragraph include introduction. A suitable introduction should be given through which the reader knows that what you are going to write about. A good topic sentence is always associated with a topic sentence. A good paragraph is always associated with a topic sentence either at the beginning or in the middle the aim. The aim of this paragraph is to clearly present the idea or symbolism that the given proverb carries. The meaning of the idea, whether literal, symbolic or metaphorical, must be conveyed. The expansion should focus on the words and the expression of thoughts in a such a way that brings out the deep thought or hidden meaning behind the idea. जी कल्पना ही शाब्दिक, प्रतीकात्मक, रूपक अर्थानं स्पष्ट होणं आवश्यक असते. एक्सपान्शन ऑफ आयडिया मीन्स कल्पना विस्तार. एखादी कल्पना परिच्छेद स्वरूपात विस्तृत करणं म्हणजे कल्पना विस्तार. कल्पना ही शाब्दिक, प्रतीकात्मक, रूपक अर्थानं स्पष्ट होणं आवश्यक असते आणि कल्पनेचे विश्लेषण आणि त्यानुसार स्पष्टीकरण योग्य पद्धतीनं करणं आवश्यक असते. मीन्स इन द फर्स्ट पॅरेग्राफ you must here include the topic sentence which is given, then find out the hidden meaning behind the idea, deep thought behind the idea, and the aim of this first paragraph is to clearly present the idea or symbolism that the given proverb or quotation carries. Second paragraph. Middle. Core content. Core content means most important part. The central idea means which is the given proverb, which is the given slogan. The central idea is explained in detail in the second paragraph. The core content is the main part of the elaboration, as it is focuses on explaining in detail the idea contained in a proverb. This para should include some elements. First, explore perspectives means दृष्टिकोनाचा अर्थ करणं, दृष्टिकोनाचे अन्वेषण करणं. Explore perspectives means present the idea from different points of view. Here, give instances, anecdotes, experiences, or even personal experience. There should be unity and clarity of thoughts. In the second para, there should be unity and clarity of thoughts. The thoughts presented in idea in each paragraph should be well connected. That is, a different paragraph should not convey opposite or contradictory meaning of the same idea. Clarity of thought. The expansion of each idea should be clear and easy to understand. Maintain clearness. In the second paragraph, by using logically linking sentences with discourse markers, conjunctions and conjunctive phrases. Maintain clearness by logically linking sentences with discourse markers, conjunctions and conjunctive phrases. In the second paragraph, proportion of space and proportion of emphasis now important here is. Proportion of space should be kept in mind while writing each paragraph. Proportion of space, योग्य सापेक्ष प्रमाण, should be kept in mind while writing each paragraph. Though all the paragraphs would support the central idea, means our topic sentence, care should be taken to ensure that more important idea, more space, and less important an idea is the less space. प्रत्येक परिच्छेद व मुद्दा मूळ कल्पनेशी निगडित असावा, परंतु जागेचे प्रमाण संतुलित ठेवणं गरजेचे असते. Proportion of emphasis means significance, means that the important idea paragraph should stand out. Means while writing each para, important idea should stand out. Therefore, while writing the paragraph, the placement and the presentation of the principal idea should be done carefully. म्हणजे संपूर्ण परिच्छेदामध्ये मुख्य विषयावर भर देणं गरजेचं असतं, त्याचं महत्त्व अधोरेखित करणं गरजेचं असतं. Again in the second para, avoid too many ideas. There is a limitation of the words. So here you avoid the too many ideas. This is a creative writing activity where you get to demonstrate your language skills. So be careful the use of proper vocabulary and correct grammar. Then third para. Conclusion. The concluding paragraph is where you sum up the answer and therefore using strong and relevant points related to the proverb or our topic sentence, or using proverb having a similar meaning to the one given in the topic sentence would be the right way to finish the expansion. दिलेल्या विषयाच्या वाक्याशी संबंधित अर्थाचा एखादा वाक्यप्रचार किंवा म्हण वापरून शेवट करणं गरजेचं असतं. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, द गिवन वन इज अ बॅड वर्कमॅन ब्लेम्स हिज टूल्स. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, you can expand the idea, a bad workman blames his tool. Where you sum up your answer, you may sum up using another similar one. Bad dancer blames the floor. Means in the expansion of idea, we write now 3 paras. In the first paragraph, your introduction means impressive beginning, and topic sentence must be included either at the beginning, in the middle or at the end, and find out the hidden meaning, deep thought behind the idea in the first para. In the second paragraph, the central idea is explained in detail. Middle core content is the main part of the elaboration. Here you write the examples, experiences, short anecdotes related to our topic sentence, but again remember, avoid too many ideas and remember proportion of space and proportion of emphasis. And last, in the third paragraph, you sum up the answer using strong and relevant points or proverb having a similar meaning to the one given in the topic sentence. Students, again listen carefully. Does and don'ts associated with expansion. Which things we have to do while expand any idea? First, write a title and begin impressively. Clearly explain symbolism of the proverb. Have unity and clarity of thoughts. Use discourse markers, conjunctions, etc. And keep in mind proportion of space and proportion of emphasis. And here include you related to our topic some examples, experiences, short anecdotes, brief instances, etc. And do not go off track. Don't include too many ideas. Don't forget to give the symbolic meaning of the proverb. Means you must include the symbolic meaning of the proverb in your paras. And don't omit a proper conclusion. Now students, I take one example for expand, and question is like this. Expand the following idea with the help of the points given below. And idea is, as you sow, so shall you reap. And there are some helping points such as good actions, good behavior, the result of our behavior, and bright future. Expand the following idea. Question: expand the following idea. With the help of the points given below. With the help of the points given below. Points given below. And idea is, as you sow, so shall you reap. As you sow, so shall you reap. It is a famous proverb. And now listen the answer. As you sow, so shall you reap is a famous proverb. First para, as you sow, so shall you reap. Is a famous proverb. Meaning, if you do anything good, it will return to you. It will return to you in the future time. In the future time. If you do anything wrong, if you do anything wrong, again it will come back to you. Again it will come back to you. Law of nature, what we give to others, what we give to others, it come back forcefully to us. It come back forcefully to us. is a famous proverb, meaning if you do anything good, it will return to you in the future time. If you do anything wrong, again it will come back to you and you will suffer. As per law of nature, what we give to others, it comes back forcefully to us. Today's our work are more important to gain bright future. If you do good in present or past, it will surely make our future bright. Now I write second para. It is an old proverb with deep hidden meaning. With deep hidden meaning. The given proverb plays an important role in moral teaching. If a farmer desire to reap the harvest of faith, he sows faith. He knows that it is not possible to get rice by sowing faith. It is the rule of nature. It is the rule of nature in the same way. In our life, good and bad happens. Good and bad happens accordingly how we behave. Accordingly how we behave. For its effects of his action. for his effects of his action. For example, if you respect others, then you will receive respect. You will receive respect from others. If you help others, then whenever you are in need, you will be helped by others. Our topic sentence is, as you sow, so shall you reap. And I write on the blackboard the second paragraph. It is an old proverb with deep hidden meaning. The given proverb plays an important role in moral teaching. If a farmer desires to reap a harvest of wheat, he sows wheat. He knows that it is not possible to get rice by sowing wheat. It is the rule of nature. In the same way, in our life, good and bad happen accordingly how we behave. Man is responsible for his effects of his action. For example, if you respect others, then you will receive respect from others. If you help others, then whenever you are in need, you will be helped by others. Last concluding para. Today our behavior and attitude decides the upcoming things that happen in our life, So be careful. While doing anything, if you show goodness, love, sympathy, if you show goodness, love, sympathy, praise, you will get them back. You will get them back. This proverb gives us warning that we should be careful in our actions. For it is truly said, tit for tat. Last concluding paragraph of our question. Today's our behavior and attitude decides the upcoming things that happen in our life. So be careful while doing anything. If you show goodness, love, sympathy, praise, you will get them back. This proverb gives us warning that we should be careful in our action, for it is truly said, tit for tat. As you sow, so shall you reap. This is one famous proverb. Now, in this way, we have completed our answer.